hello to the 11th Mumbai Shorts International Film Festival 2022. Thanks so much for having me. My name is Yazmin Joy Vigus, and I am the writer-director of the short film Mermaids, which is in the programme. So how did I come up with the idea for the film? Well, really, it was just from my own personal experience. Mermaids is about returning home to a small town, and so it was about my experiences of returning home to Cornwall in my 20s, and it was about what's the experience of returning home when you haven't achieved your dreams. And what's it like to connect with friends who you went to school with and you've grown apart? And it's about returning home, basically. The next question is about roadblocks. So what roadblocks did we face starting out? I mean, there's still plenty of roadblocks. Making a film, I have so much respect for people who've made films now that I've made one. It's hard going, it's expensive, it's difficult. I had to, raising the money, we did a crowdfunder, we raised the money. We were lucky enough to get funding from the BFI, but in the beginning it was almost a 6-year journey to make this film. The weather is always, it can always be an issue. We were very lucky, but we actually had to postpone our shoot because of bad weather. And then we had the pandemic, so all of our post-production was delayed because of the pandemic, and not being able to get into a studio because studios were having minimal amounts of projects there because everyone was working from home. So yeah, the movie took a long time to make, even though it's a short film. But we made it and we crossed the finish line in the end. And I guess that's the thing that matters. So the next question is about managing human and financial resources of this film production. That's a great question, which my producer, Jazz, will probably be best answering, but I'll do my best. I mean, the human and financial resources, when you're starting out, like we are, you ask people for help. And I think that's one thing I would say, you don't have to suffer on your own. Sometimes you have to ask for help, and you have to go and approach the people that you actually want to work with. Don't think to yourself, that person's too big, they would never want to work with me. That's not true. I mean, we worked with some amazing people. Ian, who did our sound, has done lots of big films. I never would have thought that he would have wanted to work on a short film, especially with a first-time director like me. And he just loved the story, and he loved what we shot, and so he did our sound design. And there are so many examples of people actually in the industry, they want to help new people. And so I say, if you're new and you're kind of making your first short or making your first kind of body of work, don't be afraid to ask, because what's the worst they can say? They can say no, and then at least you've asked. I would also say that managing humans feed people. If the pay is not good, the least you can do is feed people. Always have good water available. Make sure you look after people. Talk to people nicely. Talk to people with respect. Managing a team, it's about everyone feeling valued in that team. And it was a great experience, and I'm so proud of the team and what we've made together. So the next question is, tell us about, oh no, we did that one. Oh no, we haven't. Tell us about challenges you face while shooting this film. So I think I mentioned the weather. That's something that we postponed the shoot partly for the weather at one point. I mean, finance will always be an issue. I mean, you just have to be innovative to work around finance and be smart. So we shot the nightclub scene, and the way that we shot it, we made the most of the bodies that we had. We didn't have loads of bodies in that room. We had some brilliant essays, and we had our great first AD and AD team who were directing people in and out of frame, and we shot it quite close range. So it kind of created the illusion that this was a very busy club, but actually we didn't have that many people, and a lot of our crew actually became extras in that scene, in the nightclub scene in our film. So yeah, there are definitely ways around it, and I'd say if there are challenges, that's where indie filmmaking, sometimes a great idea can come out of that. We lost actually a location, and we had to find a new one, and the new location was last minute, but honestly it was even better than the one that we'd lost, and I was so heartbroken when we'd lost it. So sometimes things work out for the better. Right, so how different was what you originally envisioned of the film being like, and how did it turn out? I had never made a film before, so I had no idea what it was going to look like. I had obviously mood boards, I had a vision, I had a colour palettes, I had, certain things, but you never know how it's going to turn out. You never know how it's going to synthesize together, or if it's just going to be a mess, or what's going to happen. So, I mean, I thought it was going to be really, really bad, and it's better than I thought it was going to be, and I'm just proud and I'm thankful for what we've made, and it's our first film. So there's always things to improve. There are things that I'm like, oh, we could have done it slightly differently, but you know what, we prepared, and preparation was a huge thing. We took many months and years to prepare, and I'm proud of what we did, and we've learnt some lessons along the way. Tell us about the target audience of your film and USP of your film. So the target audience of the film is, it's got some universal themes of friendship, of returning home, of connecting with someone who you've lost touch with. But initially, the audience was very much 20-somethings, this current generation of millennials, who have come to a point in their lives where maybe they're thinking that they didn't really achieve the dreams that they set out to in their teenage years and into their 20s. So yeah, the audience is really, men and women. Maybe women might connect because it's about female friendship very specifically, but I hope men will connect too, to these characters and to these really flawed, kind of neurotic women, Margot and Celeste. So our promotion and distribution plans, it started with our crowdfunder. We did a crowdfunder and raised money publicly, and we've been lucky enough to go to some festivals all around the world, from Manhattan to London to Japan, and now very close to my heart, Mumbai, which I love. And so yeah, we're getting it out there, and we hope you can see it. And we just wanted to be honest, we just want to connect with people and have as many people see it as possible. So in the near future, we're going to make it public to everyone. So the next question is, why should the audience watch this film? Any message you want to give to emerging filmmakers? I think you should watch this film because it will sweep you away to the Cornish landscape, and it is a black comedy drama. I hope you find it amusing, but it's got some really dark themes in it that I feel resonate about mental health and about this kind of comparison culture that we're in. And so the light and the shade, the darkness and the comedy, if you're looking for something that's a little bit fun but has depth, I hope you'll give it a try. And and just go on a journey with us. Just get in there. Right, so flash your social media. So social media is, we are on Twitter, on Instagram, and we are on Facebook as well. So it's at Mermaids Film on Twitter and Instagram, and it's at oh gosh, I've forgotten. It's at The Mermaids Film. This is really bad. I should know this. Mermaids the Film. Is it Mermaids? Mermaids the Film. Glad I got there. We hope you follow our journey. Check it out. We've got a trailer. Check out the trailer if you want to see that before watching the film. And I cannot tell you how proud and thankful we are over here in London to share our short film Mermaids at the 11th Mumbai Shorts International Film Festival 2022. Okay.